welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today's song is very exciting because it's one of my all-time favorite singers. It's by the Carpenters, and we've had it in mind to do a Carpenter song for the longest time, but it never happened until today. The song is from Hurricane 51, one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you for your support and for your song request. He requested like 2 options from the Carpenters, but I chose this one because I love a lot of their songs, but I think this would be like a cool beginning on the Carpenters journey on our channel. So we are very excited to experience this together.
We've only just begun to live, white lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way.
We've only begun.
Before the rising sun we fly, so many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run.
And yet we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day.
Let's just wait here. I think I just want to talk about all the modulations a little bit that happened. I've heard this song but not that many times, so I was still like caught by surprise. So it was interesting to see the harmony switching. I don't think it was like a full modulation because I think we're going back to the main key, but all those like weird harmonies that we were like getting further away, like a temporary exit of the main key, and immediately like the whole song is not dramatic that much, like especially with her voice. It's very like calm, but at the same time, like those harmonies was like such surprises to me. And I love the fact that it's not a long song, but we are just a minute, not even 30 seconds in. And it started from like that intimate, very like, I don't know, like minimal piano and a little bit of a flute. And then we already have like a fuller orchestra and texture. So the growth was very smooth, but at the same time, like very like quickly it happened. That the sound got bigger and bigger, and I don't know, like maybe we get to a bigger climax.
Well, it's really beautiful. I didn't expect that to be that beautiful. And if it was, if the pausing thing was in my hand, I would have paused every 2 seconds, because every 2 seconds was something happening that I wanted to talk about, and I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. But what a beautiful beginning. I mean, aside from the beginning, the intro, but with the piano, this intimate moment with the piano and the voice, my brain was the whole time that I want to focus on the piano because it's so beautiful. But then I was like, but look at the singer, it's so beautiful, and everything was so beautiful. The ring that Karen Carpenter has in her voice, and every register that she goes, I think she went one note very deep and very low, and it was like the whole color was completely different, and it was like it comes from something very like deep. And then also she sang some notes in the middle register, and it was also another, like a completely another world. And then the whole intimate, it's so beautiful what she did. And in the music also, every 2 seconds something very beautiful just happened in the background, and I was the whole time like, oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, honestly, like I think her voice is truly, if I want to like have an example of a voice or the voice of an angel, I think she's the first one that comes to my mind. Like out of all those singers, there's such like, I don't know, like such a her color of her voice is just
Yeah.
yeah, very very angelic, but at the same time she has all those crazy skills that goes up and down in her voice as you described. It's just yeah, the prettiest voice, I think. Let's go ahead and listen to the rest of it and we'll talk more.
Working together day to day, together.
And when the evening comes, we smile.
So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow. And yes, we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us,
Working together day to day, together, together.
and when the evening comes,
We smile. So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow.
and yes, we've just begun.
Oh my God, that's a masterpiece.
Yeah,
The fact that they ended like, if I heard right, it was like a Picardy tears. Like when you have something in minor, I don't know if it was in minor or major, the whole thing, but then they as they the end chord was in major, so it's like it happened a lot in like Baroque era, or even like back then in the classical music, that they had a piece in a minor, and then the last chord was major. That's a Picardy tierce. I don't know if it's also in English like that. And then it's I always hated to play it, because I'm like, that's such a beautiful piece in minor, and then at the end the chord is so hopeful.
yeah,
But here I think it was so suitable, especially that they ended with the lyrics that it's a new start or something. It was like it's a beginning of something.
yeah,
And you felt the beginning, because it's like you open the door and it's a beginning of something. And I love this episodic thing, that it was like intimate and then a little going forward and then intimate. And I loved the intimate parts. Each time that it was coming, that it was a little more like intimate. Exactly. It was so beautiful each time. And it was also nice that at least the last two times was in the she was saying that when the evening comes, so you could feel that the intimateness feeling of the evening, that you had a long day and you were productive or something, and now it's evening and you are chilling and it's so cozy. So it was nice that it was also matching the lyrics. And I think, especially with these parts, every like one measure of it could have been the theme of a complete new song. like every 2 seconds could have been the whole idea of a very beautiful song. Like also in the when the evening comes, it was after like I don't know 1 or 2 measures, it was like a piano for it was playing 4 notes like diru diru, but
Yeah.
it was so beautiful, and I could imagine a complete song with just this, and it's so beautiful. um I have to hear it a couple times more so that I can
Yeah.
soak in all of the chords and the backing vocals. I mean, I cannot say if it's a backing vocal because it wasn't back, it was really
Yeah, just harmonizing
the
together.
front vocals. Yeah, the harmonize was completely out of this world. It was
Yeah.
it just took me upstairs.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just talked about her voice being angelic, but I think the way that they were harmonizing together and his voice as well was just like, I don't know, as you said, just otherworldly here. And I wanted to add something about the ending that you said. The song is in a major, but I figure that the reason that you feel that, which is very interesting, because I had the same feeling as well. It ends with a chord that we do not at all see or hear in the song. It ends with a C sharp major, which is like,
Okay.
but the reason that it feels like, oh, this is like the first major chord that you're hearing is that because 98% of the other chords are 7 chords. That means like A major 7. So not even A7 that feels like a dominant chord. I don't want to get into theory too much. So this would be, for example, an A7, which is an A major, plus a 7th, a minor 7. But this is a major 7, which is this chord, which because of that major 7, it really feels unsettled and it doesn't feel like an actual major chord. And the whole thing is based on major 7 chord, because we have A major 7, and then we have D major 7, again this, and then we are back to A major 7, and then D major. This is just the last part of it. And then once we end on, that gives you that feeling of like third Picardy that you were talking about. And if you look at all the other chords, we have like A major, D major 7, C sharp minor 7. Like there is not a single like actual chord that you see that is just a triad. I don't think so, except for maybe twice.
Wow.
That's why, and we never hear that C sharp major at all throughout the song, only at the end. So that brings me to the thing that even though it really like in the first glance seems like a very like normal usual pop song, but if you really listen carefully, as you notice that it has such a like complexity to the harmonic language that I think that's why it makes it very charming in a way, because the harmonies, yeah, even though like there's just like a normal pop song, there's not that many chords, there's just like a bunch that we just get like to the chord progression and we repeat them. But I think because of the nature of that major 7 chord, which are not actually that common to use, even in jazz music, I would say it didn't sound jazzy, but major 7 chords is like very uncommon, I would say, because they're very unsettling. You have like an A and a G sharp, so like a major 7, so it's like half a step down an octave. That's why it just really like feels like we're not getting anywhere. There's not a lot of resolution. But then putting all of them back to back, I think that creates such a unique harmonic language. That's why, and the arrangement that they had on the piano, especially in the beginning, or like as you said in the bridges, the way that they would bring out the piano, and the piano had kind of like that. I don't know what the voicing was, but the voice leading was also very, very beautiful. And then adding those little like glimpses of like the flute, and then sometimes piano would play some arpeggio in the background, and then getting to a fuller texture in the climax. All in all, I think it just makes it so charming, so romantic at the same time. I don't know how to describe it, and their voices are just like out of this world.
The whole song, it was like, it's now, especially now that you said about the harmonies and what kind of chords was used, it really also sounded like somebody made this, or some people made this song that really knew about the music theory and harmony, and also knew about the music. For example, also her voice, it sounded really, really well trained, like with a very good teacher. And she also practiced a lot, because the ring that it was in her voice and how she was using her voice, it was completely trained. It sounded like a really good trained voice. And the harmonies was also like, it's not easy. You have to really know so much knowledge. And the whole instrumentation that they were using, that everything was sounded so professional.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, I don't know. It was my first time also like looking at the harmonies, and it's just so fascinating. I might go and like look at them and play them back to back, because it always amazes me that like such a like one single change in like changes the chord from like a triad to a seventh, and then that just brings the color to a different level. It just like changes everything. So that was very fascinating to listen to a song that is just 95% that, and then at the same time like her voice, oh my god, just I think I just cannot not think about her voice. And at the theme of the song, I think it just was really just well suited with the arrangement and the harmony and everything, because you just talked about some of the details and the lyrics, but the whole thing being not dramatic. Like it's very romantic, but it's also in a very realistic way. I was reading that it became like a wedding song, which is, I guess, obvious why, because it's all about like having our life ahead of ourselves and all these like futures that we are picturing together, but they're not unrealistic.
And it's a start like the
Exactly. So
exactly like the last sentence.
Yeah, so it was, I guess it just like everything all in all was just very like a hopeful, like we have like our life, like our full life ahead of us. It just had like a very like calming, intimate, but also very genuine feel to it. The whole like song as one. So it was very like such a pleasure to listen to it. Yeah, so we would want to thank you, Hurricane 51, again for suggesting this beautiful song, and hopefully this would be the beginning of our journey on this channel to listen to more of the Carpenters. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel as well. If you want to support us more, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.